Dear colleagues, yesterday, I had engagement in fitness. Sorry, and at first, the one of the biggest internal event in the United States of America was a meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden and the Journalist Association of Journalists annual meeting, but about it later. Small to do so will be yesterday was a referendum about new constitution of the Republic of Uzbekistan. So certainly the referendum have been held, and President Mirziyoyev, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, will be continue rule in the 70th year. But this is a constitution, according to the media, that have a balance between the other opinion and political idea in the Uzbekistan. We can find in it the articles about the human rights and totally development of women in the republic, including the politician. Also, the reduce of the number of the sins. About this article, Russian media noted with the very pleasure. Jesus. The first part of my topic will be the situation and culture in the Russian in Russia. So I will call him. In the Russia, where the with the connection of the entered as inclusive territory in the Russian space, Russian interpolitical life, the new occupied territory in the southeast of Ukraine, including the Crimea. And so the after the oldest Russian museum chief Alexander Gusev in St. Petersburg, who have a 30-year 30 have a rule of this museum, one of the biggest, very nice museum, consists have a content of the Russian national culture, of the art, painting, and sculptures. Moscow management, Russian management company, became to think to the to capture the leaders in this shares of the culture building in the Russia. So the another museum of the Russian art, Russian and foreign art, so-called Pushkinsky, which have also one of the oldest Russian museum leaders, Irina Antonova. She have a rule about 50 years. Jesus. And was Irina Lashak have been resigned after the end, the formal suppose after the end the contract with the Ministry of Culture. And the last that Tretyakovsky Gallery, when was Minister Sokolov, this is museum run Elena Lebedeva. And this is very interesting. This museum one day was a criminal with the attempt to steal picture, and one day, thanks to the cameras and others actions, Moscow criminal search find this picture. So and certainly the Tretyakovsky Gallery thinks this is above stories, very have a media space, very authority, and certainly the I think Trigulova wrote a statement by the own wishes, and right now this is museum Minsk Kultura, certainly with the name, with the opinion of the Minister Olga Lyubimova, named Elena Poroncheva, who before it led the Polytechnical Museum. Polytechnical Museum. So this is not unusual, but Elena Poroncheva, for the exclusive only one fact, this woman is the daughter of the general of the KGB of USSR, Alexander Poronchev, who have one of the significance of Putin, Vladimir Putin, as the chambers of Ivanov, Timchenko, and another generals of the KGB of the USSR. And so he, according to the West media, he led the Dubrovka story, well known, where there was mass inoculated victims among the hostage people. And certainly this is the critic of the KGB about the inoculated victims of it. The one of by the Boris this is small remark. The behavior of Vladimir Putin. One of the reasons of the unloved service structure of the Russian forces enforcement against the Boris Nemtsov. Jesus. And what Russian museum complex won't change quick change in the policy. Maybe with the additional most of the pictures, dramas, novels, and others about the Donetsk stories, and maybe Khersonshina with small spices, Khersonshina and Kharkovshina. And the museum complex observe that this is the conservative and development, not evolution. They development smoothly, and not only the policy of the unity Russia, I must be noted about it, with the very big leaders, Medvedev, Torchak, Volodin, will be have a big participation in the building of the museum complex of the Russian Federation, and certainly the attention of the financial of the shares as well to the new directors of the this museums find additional money. The central and federal museum, which is Pushkinsky, Polytechnical Museum, so Tretyakov, have a federal subsidy of the money. But another museums, the museums at the city level, under the leadership Sergei Sobyanin, will be another financial story. Certainly. And almost I forgot about the Pushkinsky museum. Pushkin Museum, or Lulimimo, named this director, Tatiana Likhacheva. She is a practical professional of it before the new position. Well known, he ran the Museum of Architectural Museum, and this is a name position thanks the friend relationship with the Minister of the Culture. And all museums have estimated by independent observers and all auditors with the number of the visitors in this museum. So the all central and federal museum, I am sure, also the Hermitage in St. Petersburg, also the Ruski Museum in St. Petersburg have a biggest number of the visitors. The second part of my topic, before the second part of my topic, Russian Central Bank, after the 1 year breaking, started the reject of the license of the Russian banks. So before the celebration, Russian regulator refused to offer a license to provincial bank of the Russian Federation. As I above I told. As I told above, at the beginning of my topic today, I promised to tell about the meeting Joe Biden with the journalists in the annual association of journalists and White House. And certainly, main feature of it, this is 6 years. Joe Biden have a contact with this association, and the meeting have been held in the Washington, in the hotel Washington Hilton. Washington Hilton, and yesterday this is a meeting have a participants to 2,600 people. So the main question in the speech of the U.S. President was what stories with Evans Gershkovich and one of the U.S. journalists which killed maybe losses in the Syria, Helmut Tyson. Mother of the Helmut Tyson have a presence in this meeting, and before it, Joe Biden and the U.S. First Lady Jill have a meeting with the family of the Gershkovich, with the sister, brother, and have and have talks between the U.S. president, family president, and family of the Gershkovich. And certainly, Joe Biden promised to find the additional means for the return home Evans Gershkovich. Certainly, he told to the family Gershkovich about the efforts of White House, State Department, about the return home journalists of Wall Street Journal. So, as said, U.S. President, journalistics have a base of the freedom and democracy, and White House will be support of the efforts of the journalists for the bring the freedom and democracy for all over the world. And the last topic of today, Jesus. Telephone calling. The chief of the State Department, Antony Blinken, have a telephone calling with the Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev. The occasion of this telephone talk was situation around the so-called Nagorno-Karabakh. If you remember Nagorno-Karabakh and territory of the Armenia Republic, Afghanistan by the so-called Lachinsk corridor. But before the trip to the Turkey, Azerbaijan established here the checkpoint. This is this establishment of the agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which signed with the intermediate of the Russian peacekeepers. And certainly the Lachinsk checkpoint have a breaking of this is Belgibus and Anthony Blinken attention of the about checkpoint necessary checkpoint in the corridor of the Lachi. So thank you. Bye.